Hello, my name is Rachel and I'm here today to do my wrap up for the month of October. So in October I participated in Victober, so just read Victorian books. So I haven't read loads just because in the middle of the month I went home for like a week and a half back to England and I didn't read at all while I was in England. I just went and saw everyone I've ever known, basically. So I was just so busy that I didn't really have a chance to read. But I have been reading since I got back, so I did finish a few things. So the first thing I wanted to mention was Best Poems of the Bronte Sisters, which I finished. I gave this about, I would say, 2.5 to 3 stars. Emily's poetry I really, really enjoy. Anne's poetry I didn't enjoy as much, but there were some that I really, really, really enjoyed and just made me feel so sad for her. And then Charlotte's, I don't think I enjoyed any of Charlotte's, to be honest. Not really the poet for me. For Anne, I felt so sad for Anne. There's a poem in this called If This Be All, and at the end it says, "If life must be so full of care, then call me soon to thee. Or give me strength enough to bear my load of misery." And I just thought she died so young, and she just seemed, all her poetry just seems so unhappy. That was just really, really, really sad. So I felt bad for Anne. And also I thought it was really, really sweet at the end of Anne's section. The last poem that she has here is Last Lines, which was written a few weeks before she died, and at the end it says, "These lines written, the desk was closed, the pen laid aside forever," and that was like a note added to it by Charlotte Bronte, which I just thought was really, really sweet. Yeah, like I said, Charlotte's poetry was my least favourite of all three, but I did enjoy that she had really good rhythm and beats to her poetry that I did enjoy, but in terms of the substance in them I wasn't as keen. And then the Emily poetry I did actually enjoy. I've also been reading this. I started it last month, I think, and I've just been picking this up every now and then, but I still haven't finished this. But a lot of these poems are in here, so I need to check what I'm doubling up reading, but I might just carry on reading and just read them again because I am quite enjoying Emily's poetry a lot more. So yeah, this is the first book that I finished, and then obviously I was continuing with that one. The next book is A Study in Scarlet, which I think I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed this. I wasn't expecting to, because a few years ago I read Hound of the Baskervilles and didn't enjoy it that much, which is one of the books in the Sherlock Holmes series. But I think the reason I didn't enjoy it is because I started in the middle and missed all the characterisation, which is in the earlier ones, it must be, because I got a lot more out of this and really, really enjoyed it. Since reading Hound of the Baskervilles, I have watched the Sherlock Holmes TV show and really, really enjoy it. So it might be that because I've watched that and enjoy that side of Sherlock Holmes that I started enjoying this. And I think the adaptation of this on the BBC is absolutely fantastic. The first episode pretty much goes line for line of this, except for the who did it. But I understand why they couldn't really film that because it kind of goes back in time a little bit. One thing that I really, really love about this is how John Watson is kind of us in the story. He's like a surrogate reader. We basically see the Sherlock through him, and he is the same as us for not understanding him and all this sort of thing. And I found that a really good vehicle for getting us into the story. Then, when book 2 started, I literally was like, have I picked up a different book? What is this? But then at the end I really enjoyed how it all tied in together, and so I thought this was really, really fantastic, and it made me want to pick up more detective fiction because I've always been very no, I wouldn't enjoy that at all. I wouldn't enjoy that. Agatha Christie I always think wouldn't enjoy. Arthur Conan Doyle wouldn't enjoy because I didn't enjoy Hound of the Baskervilles. But since I've enjoyed this, I think I might try and pick up a few more and see if detective fiction could be for me. So there's that one. And the next thing I finished is Far From the Madding Crowd, which I've just filmed a review for, so I'm not going to say much about it, but this was fantastic. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It follows Bathsheba Everdeen and her trials and tribulations as she inherits a farm from her uncle who passed away, and it basically follows her suitors and who she ends up getting with and things like that. So this is absolutely fantastic. Definitely one of my favourite Victorian novels of the moment. And then the next thing that I finished was Alice in Wonderland. So I listened to this on audiobook on BookBeat, which is an audio subscription service, and yeah, I really enjoyed re-listening to this. I haven't listened to it since I was little, but I used to have Alice in Wonderland, Fantastic Mr. Fox and Lord of the Rings on audiobook, and I used to they were all I would listen to every single night when I went to sleep. I couldn't go to sleep without listening to them, and I would just rotate listening to them all the time. So I've probably read Alice in Wonderland over 100 times, because I would listen to them probably from when I was 7 to, I don't even know, maybe 11 or 12. So yeah, I'll definitely have listened to it over 100 times, and it was just so nice to listen to it again. So I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic. And then I haven't finished anything else this month, but there are a few things that I've read. So I was intending to read Robert Browning's My Last Duchess and Other Poems. I did read a few, but I think I went for the Bronte poetry collection instead of this one, because I wanted to read some female fiction, so I ended up picking that one up. So I have read a few poems out of here, and I do intend to carry on with it, but yeah, didn't finish that one. The next thing that I've been listening to through the month, so I said I was going to read Oliver Twist, but I ended up picking up Great Expectations instead, so I got that on BookBeat as well and have been listening to that. I am 35% through it, which Pip has just gone to London and is meeting people there for the first time, meeting Jaggers. He's literally only just left Joe. So yeah, but I'm really enjoying it, which I wasn't expecting, because we did it at school and we didn't do it properly. They just kind of picked a key chapter here and there, and we studied that and had to do a coursework on it. And I think that I really didn't enjoy it, because I was just why can't we just read it? Why are we doing an essay on something we've not read? And it used to just make me angry, so I always would say I don't like Great Expectations, but I had never fully read it, so that's why I decided to read that one instead of Oliver Twist, because I thought that would be a good place to start, and actually I am really enjoying it. So I'm definitely going to be carrying on with that one. And then the other book that I've been reading is The Picture of Dorian Gray. I only picked this up about 2 or 3 days ago, so I haven't read much of it. I'm on page 50, but I am really enjoying this as well. I'm already tabbing quite a lot in this. There are some beautiful passages and writing in here, so that is fantastic. This is about a man called Dorian, who is very different from what I expected. I think because I think it's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and there's a Dorian Gray character in that, and because I've watched Penny Dreadful, the character of Dorian Gray is very different in those two films and TV show than it is in this, and I don't know if that's whether he changes or whether it's just their interpretation, but I was expecting a very different novel to what I've got so far, and what I've got so far I'm actually thoroughly enjoying. So yes, I'll definitely be carrying on with this one in October. So yeah, that is everything that I read in Victober. It's not a lot, but I'm very happy with what I did manage to read, and I'm definitely intending to carry on with Great Expectations and The Picture of Dorian Gray this month, so hopefully I will finish them as well. So yeah, that is everything that I read this month. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!